Good morning. Let me do that again. Good morning. It's Tuesday, August 2nd, 2022. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Baguazhang. We have the 8 palm changes. It's Bagua. We have palm change 3 today. We worked on it yesterday. We're going to work on it again a little bit more today. The twisting and turning with the idea of centering both through the center line as well as through the lower dantian and the center of gravity dropping to the hip. This idea that this positioning and this idea is fundamental to being able to turn. Okay? So working on that, and we're going to pay a little bit more attention to breathing and connecting the direction of force, connecting the energy through the turns as we move. So a little bit more to work on this morning. I'm going to put my coffee down. We'll get started. It's been a productive morning so far, so this is a good thing. I had been trying to work out, there's another technical thing that I've been paying attention to, and I was trying to figure out how to work through it. What do I do with this? Yeah, thinking, what's my strategy? How do I approach it, right? And I got an idea this morning, and I wrote down a couple of notes, and it fits perfectly. So, good things. Also, the newsletter threads that I've started, I am running late with that. It's big pile of stuff that I've been dealing with for the last couple of weeks. And I'm behind on a few things, and that's one of them. I'm starting to get caught up though, so yeah, bear with me. Fingers crossed this weekend it will be done. I'm going to work on it today. So this is something to look forward to. And I did mention that there's probably a couple of things from Bagua class that I will include in that newsletter. So that's coming. Feet about shoulder width apart. Bend the knees. Wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, open the arms. Drop the shoulders, pull up through the crown of the head. Hand circles the front. Back around to both sides. Up along the center line. Stretch up. Keep the shoulders down. Reach out. Bend the knees. Roll up. Not too fast, not too slow. Smile. And stretch all the way up. Elbows drop down. Wrists, fingertips. Keep going. Reach out. Follow the fingertips down. Roll through the spine. Don't think about bending through the waist. Think about rolling down through the spine. One more. Elbows drop down. Wrists, fingertips, hands return to your sides. Don't stop. Keep going. Side to side. Turn to your left. Big circle. Turn through the hip, not through the waist. Shoulders down. Pull down through the back. Don't make your shoulders more tight. One more. Don't make your shoulders more tight by squeezing them. Pull down from underneath in the back. And turn the other side. I'm going to my left, you're going to your right. Come on up. Stretch out over the legs, bend the knees. One more. Come to center, elbows drop down, wrists, fingertips, hands return to your sides. Okay, real quick before we do leg stretch. This part of body mechanics, this idea that we want to pay attention to a particular body part, we want to move in a certain way, the use of the hip, the use of the back of the leg, keep the shoulders down, pull down through here to hold the shoulder. Don't try and grab the muscle here and push this down, it'll just create more tension. Reach in and underneath and pull it down. Okay? Part of that is relaxing this part so that it's not tense. Okay? So we want to get rid of that. This body mechanics, right? As we're moving, we take advantage of that, and we want to use the body mechanics to not only execute the movement, but to be able to bring in the energy from the movement. We've talked about this before. If we're not well placed, if we're not thinking about sinking into the movement, as we turn, the force of the turn itself will throw you off balance. It will. If you're moving very slowly, no, it won't. But if you start, once you start moving quickly, yeah, it will. All right. I'm also taking that opportunity to check and on the stream, so it's not just me standing over there having coffee, right? I'm actually doing something else that's relevant to the class. All right, so it's a one-person studio, okay? You know, it's as we're moving. This idea of body mechanics, what we're doing, how we're doing it. Not only what we're doing, how we're doing it. Makes a difference in whether or not the movement is centered, well placed, and well connected. Right? So, leg stretches. Right leg front, left leg back. Go back a little bit further. Right. Do not press into the knee, press into the heel. This presses down as we sink. Turn. So, no, yes, no, yes. Not so far that your hip is locked, right? So, not over here, not all the way over here, right about here. That opens the hip on both sides. That just that little bit, just a little bit, it's not a lot, just a little bit. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, sing. And yes, I did go down about 20. I'm working on that. Left leg front, right leg back. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And come on up. And yeah, I was just at the end there. Okay, so that holding strength over the front leg to be able to go up and down, we want to have that. It's part of, not all of, part of what we want so that we can go up and down. Okay? That sense of openness through the hip, the use of the full leg from here all the way down, and centering along with the balance. I need to go check on something real quick. Hang on. Apologies for that. I'm gonna just real quick because I got to, because that was why there was an interruption. I have a abusive jerk of a neighbor who has decided that he must go out and mow during my class. It's abusive, it's harassment, and he really should be arrested. But they keep letting him get away with all this stuff that he does to me. So, I'm going to do my very best to not be as distracted as I am by the noise. It really does bother me. And he knows. It's deliberate. It's very intentional. He wants to disrupt my class. It's deliberate. Alright, so I'm going to do my very best to try to ignore that. Focus on the lesson for today, which is palm change number 3. And this idea, and I'm going to incorporate a couple of things that go with palm change number 3 that I probably wouldn't have talked about otherwise, but I'm going to do it anyway. This, first of all, the ability to focus on what you're doing, right? Which, in my estimation, I should not have to deal with his mower at 7 o'clock in the morning. I shouldn't. It's harassment. It's plain out harassment. the solution for me today is that I'm going to continue class and I'm going to use my skills to deal with this unfortunate, unwanted, unwelcome intrusion into my house. How am I going to do that? One of the skills that we develop is that focus of paying attention to what we're doing right now, today. So, what am I doing right now? Right now, I'm being really angry. I'm really pissed. And that's why I'm standing here talking, because knowing that, if I start doing too much movement, too quickly, I will take that energy from being angry, right? That is part of what we're talking about today, that being able to take that energy and do something with it, right? That I would take that energy and I would do something with it, and there would be too much of an opportunity for me to do something that would be harmful to myself, okay? So, too much force, I turned too fast, yeah, I just did something to my back. Bad thing to do. I don't want to do that, right? So, paying attention to that. This is the same as we're paying attention, and we're going to start walking here in a minute. Same as we're paying attention to our stepping method, the same as we're paying attention to how we turn and taking that energy, using that energy. We also have whatever our emotional body is doing. I've had really good days and I've had not so great days. I've had days when I was fairly happy. I've had days when I was really pissed. Right now. Alright, okay, and I'm gonna, it's intentional. What the jerk is doing to me is intentional. It's deliberate, it's intentional, and it should have been stopped years ago. Alright, so, paying attention, I have to, because it's caused a problem for me in quieting the mind and paying attention to this class. That noise is a distraction. And as I'm trying to get rid of the distractions, right? Whatever's in my own head is part of it, and whatever is outside, whatever is around me is part of it. So let's say, for example, I go to when I trained, I go to a park and go outside. Okay, now, the disgusting abuse from this guy, that wasn't there. No. There were sweepers that came through. They were polite. They swept. They had brooms. It was some years ago. The distraction was more the onlookers, people that were passing through or passing by, and their interest in me, because I was not Chinese and I was there practicing, so stop and watch. That distraction is different than this distraction today. It is. And how do we manage that? Well, part of my skill to manage the distraction when I was learning was to focus on what I needed to do that day, what I wanted to accomplish that day, what I was there to pay attention to that day, so that even with an uncomfortable, abusive distraction, like the noise from the mower here, I could still achieve what I wanted to achieve that day. All right. Stepping method, we have the side step that we're working on, and it goes with palm change 3. We have some footwork that we want to pay attention to. So this turn, a couple of different times. Pay attention to centering and pay attention to when you set your foot, that you sink down so that you are clearly, and you feel it, you want to feel it. As you settle in, you can feel that you're very well centered and your hip is strong. Your feet will be diagonal more or less, right? We're going to turn here, right? As we turn, that set the hip, sink into it, and hold through the leg to support the hip. Hands at your sides, look front. Remember, look front, look back. Open right, close left. Left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right. And go back the other way. Left, right, excuse me, right, left, right, left, right, right. And go back the other way. Left, right, left, right, left. Bring the right around. Left, right, back that way. Left, right, right. I did. And stop. All right, relax. I did. I got distracted. He's running up and down alongside the house over here. That annoying harassment has been going on for 9 years. Right? And he finds a way. Something he can do, he finds a way. So I'm going to leave this up for today because I'm going to keep going in class and probably notify the court. Well, I'm definitely going to notify the court. I just don't know whether I'm going to give them the video or not. All right, so this turning. I'm going to step right into palm change number 3 here. All right, as we come around, right here. That turn, if this isn't straight, if you're not spinning well, if your footwork's out of place, right? From here, come around, close, turn, step behind, and close. Notice I'm here, step behind, turn the heel, close. I'm back in this nice kind of triangle position here. Just turn and close. Inside presses out, outside presses in, press down, pull up. It's solid. All right. That sense of being solid is something that we feel more than we can see. Okay, so the position being correct gives the hip flexibility to move. So if it's too much, there's no flexibility through the hip. If it's too little, the leg's not turned well to be solid. Not in that position. Okay, so we want that triangle. We want that sense of this direction as I sink down. Center comes straight. Both sides sink and settle through the hip. Not through the front, through the hip. So that means drop the back, open the Mingmen here in the center of the back, drop the hip. The body stays straight as we turn. Okay. All right. I'm gonna sip of coffee. And the noise is still there. It's still a problem. I find that I'm going to talk about this for a second, because it goes to character, and character is one of the things that I do pay attention to. All right, in the arts, this class, everything that I teach, every class that I teach, my goal is to actively teach. Okay. This is what I know. This is what I'm teaching today. I'm doing my best to record what I know. And as I go through that process, as I look at the different arts that I've learned, and what do I do with that? How do I approach these arts? What's the philosophical underpinning for these arts? And underlying every art that I've learned, every teacher that I've considered to study with, and every teacher that I have studied with, and every teacher that I even thought about studying with, the idea that they would teach somebody who was so determined to go out of their way to deliberately and intentionally harass someone else. They wouldn't. Now, I don't want to. That disrespect at a minimum, and for this jerk it's outright hate. He's pursuing me into my house with his stalking and harassment, and nobody will stop him. So there's that. For real, I'm not joking. It's for real. The character of a person that does that is so distorted and so covered with cancer. I mean, that's the best I can say. It's yuck, ugly. That it shows not only in what they do, but what they are. Okay? So the action, intentionally disrupting my class, is one of 9 years of history. That action, knowing, and he knows, because I've complained to the court, he knows, he's doing it on purpose, that character that somebody would do that they would find it that they would look for a way. He didn't just find it. It wasn't by accident. They would look for a way to do something to harm someone else. I'm not teaching that person. I don't want that person anywhere near me. Yeah, wait a minute. Wait. It's martial art. It's you teach about things. You did this technique, this opportunity. Wait. What happened? It's not But it is what it was. The intent to harm someone who's done nothing. I'm inside my house. I wasn't out there trying to harm him in any manner whatsoever. I'm inside my house. If, on the other hand, I were on the street and someone was to try to harm me, then I'd be allowed to defend myself. So this is totally different idea from being the aggressor to try to do harm to someone, and being the defender to try to stop or prevent harm to someone. Okay? The aggressor, if you're in the military, you're going to be the aggressor. You are. You're going to be the aggressor. That's the way it works. Charge. Go. That's the way it works. All right? That sense in the martial arts is, as in the military has a tradition as well, in the martial arts is balanced by the character of the person and the ethical teachings that the person has learned from the teacher, ideally. So don't first do harm. Okay? It's the medical idea, first do no harm. For the martial arts, a little bit different. First, don't do harm. The idea that I'm not going to be the aggressor. I'm not going to try to do something that's hurtful or harmful to someone else. I don't want to. I don't. At the same time, what am I doing in my training? Right? It's martial art. We pay attention to that. We pay attention to what the applications are and how to use these movements in a setting that we might need to. When might we need to? That's the question. Is it I'm being a bully and I'm going to find a way to be disruptive and disturb whatever she's doing inside her house? And I want nothing to do with that. I seriously want nothing to do with that. Is it this person is being bullied and tormented and I need to step in and try and stop it? If my stepping in between will help protect this person over here, then I'll do that. If my stepping back will help protect me, I will do that. That sense of when and how much matters. It's the character and the nature of the person. Movie example, Captain America. Little skinny guy. He figures out a solution to a problem that the other guys can't figure out, and he's the one who's ready to protect everybody else. It's a comic book. He's supposed to. He's a hero. He's a superhero. And he's the one that's out there to protect. He's not the one that's trying to destroy things, like this guy over here. Seriously, this jerk needs to be dealt with by somebody other than me. And so, Captain America he's going to protect everybody else. He's not going to try to cause a problem for other people. That's the evil bad guy. Right? The same idea I personally have as a teacher, I personally have that same idea, and that's what my teachers had. You don't be the aggressor. You don't try to harm other people. If you must, only if you must, step in and do something. And try not to do much of anything, actually. That's part of, I'm going to wrap this up. That's part of our training. Doing by not doing. Trying not to do something. Right? Not to do something. I don't want to have to engage with this. How can I avoid it? Right? I don't want to have to engage with the jerk next door at all. I'd like to be able to go outside and practice, but I can't because he will find a way to disrupt that. So I came inside, and now he's found a way to disrupt my practice inside as well. That is a problem. So, what do we do? What do I do with that? This, again, I'm going to go back to this idea of character. My teaching, the way that I've been taught, nobody wants a bully. None of my teachers. I won't teach somebody that's a bully. Not gonna happen. That part of character is also part of what we bring to our practice. So, as I'm turning, as I'm moving, I recognize that I could use this. There's an opportunity here as well. I could. But normally, I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to be aware of it. I'm going to know that, yes, there is an opportunity here, there is something here, there is something here, and there is something here. There is. If I only ever pay attention to that idea, that application, then I'm not paying attention to my own practice. I'm paying attention to this out here. All right? That turn, just that, too much force, too much energy, it will look off balance. It will be off balance. The same with the twist from palm change 3. All right. So the noise has stopped. I'm still having a little trouble recovering from that assault. I'm going to call it what it was. An intrusion into my home. That, yeah, come on. There's it's an abusive intrusion. I'm going to stop there. That distraction, my trying to stay focused, and the idea that, as I was just showing, I've calmed down sufficiently that I can do that with force without hurting myself. Okay? That whatever I send out, I need to be able to receive. Right? If I send this out with force, whatever I've planted back here is going to take whatever I end up with out here. So when I strike here, this leg needs to be ready, because that's where it's going. The front leg needs to be planted as well. The same here as I come around. If my feet are not well placed, I can't do that. Can't do that either. And there's quite a bit going on in this idea of pull down here. So pull down and push at the same time. It would be really uncomfortable if you were on the receiving side of that. Especially right now. It would. So, because the noise boy has started up again. The turn that we're supposed to be working on today, has this twisting and the same idea that I brought this up at the beginning, and I'm going to show this just a little bit as we go through. I'm going to do the twist as I go through, and I will be off balance just a little bit. Okay? Intentionally. Here. That sweep down and come from underneath, right? No. That direction is there, but it's not this. It's this. Oh. It's here. Down and underneath. Turn the waist, come through. This is solid at the end, the same as if you throw a punch. When you hit the bag, it's a heavy bag, when you hit the bag, your hand needs to be solid. Otherwise you will hurt your hand. This comes out, it's solid all the way through. Right? So the turn comes from the waist, through the side, up under the arm, through the shoulder, and out. This pulls down, elbow drops, come through. That direction, right there. Make it smaller, not bigger. Okay? So once we find where that circle is, then we need to pay attention to refining it so that it's no larger than the space that we have available through our own body to turn. Okay? So if my center of gravity is right here, right? So I don't want my center of gravity up here, I want my center of gravity down here. Lower tongue in, center of gravity through the hips so that I can turn more easily, so that I'm grounded as I turn. That sense of, and I'm beating up on this a little bit because two things. First, it's really important, and second, the noisemaker is still distracting me. So, I'm sorry. I wish that there was, I wish somebody had listened to me. 9 years ago and stopped him. But they let him keep coming. And keep coming. And he keeps coming. Sucks to have a stalker. Alright. Feet together. We're going to turn to the left, walk the circle, palm change 1, palm change 2. Pay attention to walking the circle and the palm changes. That's what I'm going to do, okay? Stand straight, breathe in, find that center, bend the knees just a little bit so the Mingmen opens in the back, keep the hip down, pull up through the front, ready, and turn, come around, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and turn. Palm change 1. Come around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Palm change 1. Left side. Turn. Open. Palm change 2. Come around. 5, 6, 7, 8. Close. Up. Out. Close. Split. Turn behind. Open. Close. Turn to center. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close. And close in. Split. Turn behind. Split down. Close. Come around. Walk the circle. And stop. All right, relax. First 2 palm changes. As we're turning, as we begin the turn from the circle. So, walk circle, walk circle. Now I'm going to turn. Right foot place front, close left. Left foot place front, close right. This repeats for several of the palm changes. The first 2 in particular. The third palm change, and the reason I'm talking about this, is the third palm change closes to the outside, not to the inside. So I'm walking the circle this way. I'm going to the right. Right foot front. Instead of bringing the left foot around to close to the inside of the circle, I'm going to bring the left foot around to the outside and close to the outside of the circle. As the foot comes across, more or less, ballet fourth. All right? This is ballet fourth. Front foot, little bit of an angle. Back foot, little bit of an angle. The heel of the front foot aligns with the arch, the midpoint of the back foot. Weight is stable over both legs. Sink into both legs, right? As we turn here, I need to set my front leg plant the heel, because I'm going to turn around it in the next set, right? So from here, all right, right foot front, left foot pulls in, turn around. That's the step at the beginning of palm change 3. Let's do that. Now, let's work on palm change 3. Again, my distraction this morning was very unwelcome, and I'm really, really annoyed by it. The stepping method for palm change 3, back to that. I keep trying. I did that, and I'm gonna say this real quick, and then we're gonna go back to the footwork. This persistence that I keep trying. If I didn't have that, sense of this is something that I want to do, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And it's not something that anybody's going to stop me from doing. In fact, there's no need, there's no reason other than hate, bigotry, some destructive compulsion to try and disrupt what I'm doing. There's no, I'm trying to be productive here, creative. All right, that sense of what I'm doing, the sense that this is, and it truly is, this is my legacy. This class, all these classes are my legacy. That's it. That's my legacy. That this jerk is intent on disrupting my legacy, ruining whatever I'm doing inside my house, deliberately. That really, really bothers me. That annoys me. So, again, little issues for me this morning with having to deal with that. I shouldn't, but I do. And it's really unfortunate. The ability to come back, the ability to keep coming back, and keep coming back, and keep coming back, despite whatever the adversity is, despite whatever roadblocks are put up in your way, despite whoever tries to destroy or disrupt the productive, creative work that you're doing. That persistence, is what will make your practice perfect. It's not what you do. It's coming back and trying again. Stand straight, feet together. Palm change 3, slowly. Right side only. Ready, and sink, turn. Right to the inside, walk the circle. 5, 6, 7, 8. Right to the outside, we're going to turn to the outside, close 1. And turn around, split down. More or less even here. Turn into the left. Open again, turn the heel, come around, turn the heel, and close. Make the turn, and do it again. Walk the circle, do the turn. Try to make the turn as smooth as possible. this idea, same idea as we had with the other palm changes when I was introducing them, that our timing for walking the circle and our timing for the palm change are fundamentally the same. So if my timing is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the timing is clearly different if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? We're going to take the slower one right now. We'll get to the fast one in a minute. Ready? Stand straight. Salute. Shoulders down. Pull up through the center. Drop the hip. Bend the knees just a little bit. Grip the floor with the toes. Tip of the tongue touches the roof of the mouth. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sink. Turn. Close. Come around, open, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I went a little faster, and so when I end up here, I'm turned, not leaning. See where my back is? Not leaning. Trying to come around this way. There we go. Back straight. Turn the waist. It's here. No? Yes. All right. Twist as you come around. One more time. Feet together, stand straight. Salute. Open. To the center. Walk around. 5, 6, 7, 8. Turn to the outside. 1, 2, 3. Close, open, and turn around. Go. Open. Left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Turn, come around, open, close, and we're back on the right. Relax for a minute. This walk the circle, do the turn, walk the circle, do the turn type of practice gives us a couple of things. One, it gives us a more regular step so that as we're walking, we're developing that stepping method, and we're developing our placement as well as the timing that goes with, so that as we gain skill in the movement, we can start to bring that energy into what we're doing, so that it's not so much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 as it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Spin. Be just the right side. Just the right side. Pull up through the crown of the head. Shoulders down. Salute. Face the inside of the circle. Palm change 3. Sink. Open left. And come around. We are not moving slowly here now. Not moving slowly. And close. And come back around. that, pick up the pace. This same, keep the shoulders down as you turn, keep it close in, and make sure that you're centered. One more time. Not slowly. Walk the circle. Salute. Pull up through the crown of the head, drop the shoulders. Keep the chest well placed, well connected. Pull up through the waist. Pull up the hips. Bend the knees just a little bit and turn. Come around. Go. That, go, go. Knowing where you're going, right? This palm change 3, I know where I'm going. I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to come around here, and then I'm going to turn here, and I'm going to go around, right? Knowing where that back foot goes, planting it brings you around. Following the turn, right? Turn to the outside. I'm going this way. I'm going this way. I'm going this way. Still going this way. Now I'm going the other way. Oh, turn around and go the other way. Right? Paying attention to that change gives you the turn. If you're not ready, well placed and well centered, as you start the turn, you won't go. You'll run into issues. Alright, so I'm going to wrap up for today. The two important things that I want to have a takeaway for today. First one, the idea that being a bully, intentionally trying to harm somebody, and deliberately going out of your way to harass them is wrong. And that's what's being done to me, should have been stopped. Second, bigger thing to take away. So that the character of that person, that's someone that I would never teach. I will never teach. I have no desire to have anything to do with that a person of that character. None. I don't even want to be around. The second thing, for practice, being able to recognize that there's something going on that you have an issue with that can affect the way you move, right? When I'm upset, I definitely will put more energy into my movements. That can be detrimental to me. I could turn too fast, I could throw out my back, I could do some other thing, cause an injury to my knee, there's lots of things. It's not that I want to have an injury. It happens. There's too much energy, and I'm not paying close enough attention to what my physical body can do with the energy that I have. We work on that in Bagua as well, that energy to build up and turn, right? I just did palm change 3 in the first part of it. I was. That energy, you build that up and then bring it out, is one of the things that we want to learn, we want to be able to use. Too much bad, too much good, either one, too much is a problem. We want the middle. We want enough, but not too much. the centering, being grounded, keeping the legs strong and well placed even as we sink and turn and move through each of the sets, gives us the stability through the lower body to manage the turn through the upper body and to spin. Okay? That body placement, paying attention to where your body's aligned, how you're aligned, what you're doing, that all matters. The alignment with our mental and emotional body matters tremendously. And I'm going to say one more time, this persistence that brings you back every time. I want this. It's a distraction. There's a roadblock. There's something that's interfering with what I'm trying to learn, what I'm trying to do. What do I do about that? Do I, oh, it's a roadblock. Oh, well, too bad. Right? Do I just give up, walk away? No. Never have, never will. Not me. Not happening. All right, so what do I do? Well, part of it is what I've done this morning. Seriously, part of what is what I've done this morning. And part of it is my cultivating my own internal practice so that I am more capable, not going to be perfect, not for me anyway, so that I am more capable of letting go of those distractions, of separating myself from those distractions, of pushing those distractions away mentally. I'm no longer paying attention to it the way that I was when I started the class. This is a good thing. That sense of, I know it's there, but I'm doing something else, and this something else that I'm doing is more important than allowing this thing over here, that thing over there, to stop me. This is more important. If I make that judgment, why would I not teach class today? I'd call it out, but yeah, there's the part of me being persistent, coming back and trying again, and coming back and trying again, coming back and trying again. I've done that through my entire 40 years of practice. You try today and you come back and you try again. And that persistence, that I'm going to try again. One more time, palm change 3. That I'm going to try again. That's how we perfect the art. Salute. Not too fast, not too slow. Palm change 3. Pay attention. I'm going to be back tomorrow. More Bagua. Thursday and Friday, Qigong class. Thursday, basic sets. Friday, advanced sets. I hope you'll join me. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it.